Hello once again, everybody. Today we're going to be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 70, Shipwreck. And this guy is very good. I love, first of all, looking at this, I want to look at the box real quick. This is the new-ish, one of my first experiences with this design of box art, where it's got a nice piece of artwork here, product render, all the accessories here, name at the bottom, everything, so on and so forth. First things first, I want to take a look at the product render they have here, because if you notice in the background there's a bicycle, and that is from, it's a deep cut, it's from a G.I. Joe, it's from one of the PSAs they put out back in the 80s, where Shipwreck was stopping a kid who was stealing a bike, and that was the bike, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the product render has some sort of ship here where rockets firing off. On the side here, some very, very nice artwork here. If I find the artist who did it, I will put the name on there. But the art is fantastic. I think it's really solid. Number 70 right here with the sort of digitized look there. Has his height here, 6.3 inches, all the accessories, some other product shots, shot of his face here. More of these things that don't mean anything, like he's like forks, bullets punching you in the face probably, and I believe he's targeting what looks like bread. Yeah, I think it's it. But yeah, on the side here there is as well a barcode, which if you, or the QR code, if you scan it, it will just take you to the Hasbro website. Not even like a link to the toy, just like a link to the website, which is, it's kind of lame. I'll be honest here. Nice shot here of him screaming, which is pretty apt for Shipwreck. So yeah, there's the box. Let's get him open. And here we have Chief Petty Officer Hector Delgado out on the spinning base, and he looks really, really good. I love this. This Shipwreck has always been one of my favorite Joes, especially when I was a kid. He was always the funny one, wisecracking, didn't really follow any orders. He was always super fun to watch in the cartoon. I loved whenever he would, interact, especially with kind of like kids in the show, because he kind of is like a big kid himself, in as much as he's just kind of stupid, but he's got a really good heart. And I think I remember this episode where his nephew or something finds out he's adopted. He has a really nice conversation with him. It's really good. I really am a big fan of Shipwreck, so having him in the 1/12 scale size now is great. I'm very happy to have it. But let's get him off so we can get a little closer look at him here. Bringing Shipwreck in, he looks super solid. I gotta say, he looks really good by himself. Like, no accessories and everything, he still stands out super well. I love the difference of the blues, darker blues for the jeans, lighter blue for the top, the sleeveless, or the short sleeve shirt here, unbuttoned to show off his, of course, massive chest hair, which is pretty fitting for Shipwreck. I love all the detailing here on the jeans, the fact that they have a bit of a weathering here for the blue denim, so it looks like he's worn these for a while. They're like air washed and everything, especially on the knees here. The fact that they are the flared bell bottom jeans, which he wears, I think in the cartoon and the original toy they were a bit more flared, but this makes more sense, but reasonably. I really like the boots here that he has. The texturing is really nice. You can see the laces and everything, the soles at the bottom, as well as the detailing here for the stuff that we don't care about. Random words, pegs in the bottom, of course, but looks really solid. He even has some nice texturing here in the back pockets as well. And I don't know if you can see it super well, but on his belt here, it has a anchor, like a gold anchor on it as his belt buckle, which is really nice. Also, this piece right here does not come off. It is glued on here to this point right here. You can lift it on the side and everything, like lower it or whatever, but like this right here is glued on, so it's not going anywhere, which I don't mind, because honestly a lot of the belts for some of the figures that I've had have been really loose and they just like to fall. I'm not a fan of that, but that's just one thing I've had. You might not like it. You can probably get it off pretty easily if you don't like it, but yeah, no, there's that. I really like the tattoo here, which is a shark getting speared. There's a peg here for Polly if you need to. There is the Chief Petty Officer logo there, as well, or sorry, his ranking. And then there's like an eagle with like a trident, which, I mean, I haven't seen, but I don't know. There's an anchor tattoo here as well, if it'll focus here. Yeah, an anchor tattoo with some sort of sea serpent wrapping around it. I really like how many tattoos he has, because it makes sense. He is a sailor, so he would be covered in tats. It looks really good. I really like that. I really like the face sculpt as well. If I can look closer here, I think the face sculpt really came out super well. It really does look like Shipwreck, It's super well done. Like this is a really solid figure. I'm very happy to have it because Shipwreck is always one of my favorite shows, as I said before. But yeah, no, that's your Shipwreck. And now as for the articulation for this guy, it's pretty standard. Heads on a ball here, can look up that far, look down that far. There's a neck joint here, so it can look down a little further, look a little further. Swivel here, side to side, do that, so on and so forth. Ab crunch, that forward back, yeah. There's a ball joint here as well, so you have some swivel, side to side and everything. Nice movement here. Butterfly joints, which are very nice. Give a nice range of motion here. Full 360 here, as well as a hinge for the shoulder, so you have a lot of movement there. There's a swivel here at the bicep as well, so nice, and even more motion. Double jointed, pinless elbows, by the way. This thing's completely pinless, so he comes up really well. Both wrists have a swivel as well as an up and down hinge. There is split that far, which is pretty fitting for Shipwreck. Drop down hips, of course. Love them or hate them, they're there. Can kick that far forward, not too far back. Swivel here at the upper thigh on both sides. Double jointed, pinless knees, which are very nice. There's a swivel here, and there is a rocker, so you can pin it up and down. But the thing is, the bell bottoms get in the way, so it really can't do that much. So that's a bit of a pain. It makes it a little harder to get in some action poses, but that is the case. So make do with what you got. Overall, really solid. Now, as for accessories, he is a Joe, so he does come loaded with them. As you can see here, he has, first and foremost, looks like a, I don't know, like a 45 or something with some unique sculpting on it, like clearly a custom there. Looks very cool. I always like getting these. I always like getting weapons that are customized for the Joe specifically. So, you know, it's nice here, nice rope with an anchor on it. That's pretty fun looking. As well as he gets what is like a blunderbuss, pretty much, like a ball, like a steel ball firing like pistol here, which is a double barreled, by the way, 2 barrels on there. As well as a little bit of a rope here tied around him. It looks really solid. The silver paint came out really well. It's molded super well. This is really cool. I probably won't have him like use it as much since it seems kind of impractical, but it looks really good, and it also is an homage to the original toy, as that is what he had. He also comes with this hook, or rather an anchor, which you could, you know, tie onto his belt here, as there's a little bit of peg there. But also, if you have some string, you know, you could tie the end of that, have him throwing it. Why not? Make him like a God of War character. He comes with this rope piece, which ties around, which is used pretty much exclusively for this peg here, so that you can peg Polly into his shoulder as opposed to just having him on his wrist, which is really nice, because more often than not, he is on his shoulder. Speaking of Polly, here he is, and he looks super solid, even with his one little peg leg, which the designer said that they did that because, you know, they need to make a way for him to sit on his shoulder and everything and make a bit more sense. And I think it works pretty well for a pirate bird, and that works super well. He looks really solid. Polly came out really well. I like the differing paints here, the darker greens to the lighter greens, the red eyes. Very good. Love that little bird. He also has 2 hair pieces, because of course he does. He's got his regular hair, which is a very nice, like, very well-maintained dark brown hair. Nice swoop and everything. Looks very fancy. And then the one that I had on before, which is him with the hat on, which is, you know, you gotta have a Shipwreck. So yeah, those are the accessories that it comes with. And for size comparison, bringing in the other man with a bird, Spirit Iron Knife with his bird Freedom, which, man, he makes Polly look real small. He's a bald eagle, so it makes sense. But yeah, these two look really well together. I really want to keep getting these Joes that have animals. Speaking of Joes that have animals, here we have Snake Eyes, as well as his beloved dog Timber, which they look really good together as well. It's a really nice comparison. And my most recent review, as of time of recording, Tiger Horse Dusty. And they look really solid together. Nice work, Dusty. So there is G.I. Joe Classified Series number 70, Shipwreck. And he is great. Love him. Super solid. Thank you to Peachy, my good friend, for shipping me this. Big fan of that. So yeah, go check out our TikTok, which should be on the screen right here. And also, join my Discord server. I have a G.I. Joe Classified Discord server. Well, not just Classified. G.I. Joe as a whole. So feel free to join that. Link is in the description, and it'll probably be in a pinned comment as well. So yeah, thank you so much for sticking around. Like, comment, subscribe, everything you gotta do. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time.